Mike Zimmer, you could hear that press conference right here on 105 through the Fan yesterday at 2 o'clock. He was really good. And the number one question we asked John Machota yesterday morning at 8 o'clock was, hey, what's the top issue you want to know about? And he said, I want to know about how he's going to use Micah Parsons. That's the big thing that's on my mind. How are you going to implement your best player? So Mike Zimmer was asked, what are you going to do with Micah Parsons?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a terrific player. You know, you watch him on tape and he makes some unbelievably athletic plays. You know, at this point and stage right now, I'm trying to figure out, get the coaches in here, and then we can sit down. And I think one of the strengths that I've always had is to look at players and kind of have a vision for each player and then try to figure out how we can use them in the best way. One of the things I would hate to do right now is to tell you how I'm thinking about playing him without talking to him and letting him think, okay, this is what we're thinking about doing with you, Micah. I don't think I should tell you guys first before I tell him.
It's fair. Fair point. Is it a little surprising at all? And I don't know. Are you surprised at all he hasn't picked up a phone and talked? We always say that, like, well, you haven't even talked to your quarterback yet? Why hasn't this guy been hired? Any surprise that he hasn't at least had like a phone call with Micah before he stood up there in front of the media?
No.
I don't have a problem with it.
I like it, kind of.
I do too.
It's like letting the girl
don't
know.
Let
like,
him feel entitled.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, you're another female.
Exactly.
You're another player. Yeah. Like I want this guy coming in here and making everyone.
I think he's going to be so great for Micah. Not
really?
just. Okay, here's what I'll say. He will either be great for Micah,
or Micah requests a trade.
I think you'll get long-term answers about Micah. You'll understand if that's the guy that you want to pay with Zimmer here. Like I think Zimmer here will show you like where is the maturity, is the growth possible.
Man, okay. This is tough because, like, Mike is such a rarity.
He is a freak.
I'm not letting Mike Zimmer dictate whether or not I re-sign Micah Parsons.
No. Again, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, oh, pick Mike Zimmer over Micah Parsons. I'm saying Mike Zimmer's coaching style here with Micah entering year 4 and coming into an age where you would expect some growth and some maturity and some responsibility. If you don't see that under Zimmer's coaching style, I think that tells you, okay, this might not be a fit ultimately.
Or it just won't happen ultimately.
Yeah. And so then at that point you have to say, okay, well, good. That gives us the answer about now we can make a decision on, is this the type of guy we want to pay $35 million a year to? And as a player, he absolutely is. It's just you wonder about the culture fit at times.
PFF tweeted this out. If the Cowboys are looking for a blueprint on how to beat the 49ers, the Chiefs defense showed it. KC generated 9 unblocked pressures in the Super Bowl. Mike Zimmer's calling card, the AA Blitz package, could yield similar results. Orlovsky was talking about this AA gap blitz being the trend throughout the league. So what is this exactly?
So it's the A gap are the gaps on either shoulder of the center. So the AA gap blitzes are two linebackers basically standing over either shoulder and rushing. And so it's
why is that the new?
Because generally, that's why, whenever we see defensive tackles like Chris Jones and Aaron Donald becoming more valuable and things like that, it's because of how quickly. If you can win right there in the A gap in terms of win at the line of scrimmage, you're in the quarterback's face immediately. Yeah. Like how often do we see guys like Patrick Mahomes who are able to roll out, extend plays, and cause trouble? How often do we see that, Aaron Rodgers does the same thing? That's why Rod Marinelli always used to talk about keeping him in the well. Like, don't let him break the pocket. Don't let him get outside. Don't let him do those things. So if you can cause the quarterback to go backwards and immediately get in his face and win faster than coming off of the edge, it's just a huge advantage in stopping a passing game. So if you can generate that pressure directly up the middle, that causes all sorts of problems, not only just for the passing game, but it blows up run games. It's just quicker. It's a path of least resistance.
So that is little San Francisco hope, according to PFF. By the way, Mike McCarthy, he was not thrilled with a question he got yesterday about going all in. He's like, thought I was just here to introduce a head coach.
You're kidding. He took offense to a standard question? Wow.
Yeah, he did not seem like he loved being up there. Sometimes I can't tell whether he hates being up there or gets bothered when like all the questions are directed towards someone else. He also said it was very important for him to be respected and then loved. With all this likability talk, about Zimmer, and Zimmer's like, I'm not a jerk and this and that. McCarthy was asked, about love versus respect, and he said, first important to be respected, then love. So that was Mike not wanting to touch all in Jerry.
I don't want to deviate too much, but I do have to say that when that sort of thing happens, like when it's like, well, I thought I was up here. Tough. You blew it. You're lucky to be back here. Sit there and take whatever question you get. You're not allowed to complain about logistics of the job at all this year.
I agree.
Just get it done and quit being about it. I'm so tired of it.